Hello everyone, welcome back to Run the NBA, and today I wanted to talk about De'Aaron Fox and his continued development in the NBA and how I think he could fare in his next few years in the NBA as he struggles on a poor Sacramento team, but really has shown that he is an all-star caliber player and is just not getting that recognition because he's stuck in Sacramento. He is now entering the 5th year of his NBA career, entering the big contract that he got last summer. And so let's talk about De'Aaron Fox. Let's talk about how good he is, how underrated he is, and what he needs to do to truly elevate himself up a next level and actually get the recognition of being an all-star player, even whilst being in Sacramento. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. But let's waste no more time and talk about the brilliance of De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox, who was the 5th overall pick in the 2017 NBA draft, as I mentioned, is now going into his 5th year and is going to be getting paid as such on that new extension, and has really developed over his time in the NBA. This is someone who in his rookie year averaged about 11.5 points per game, was an absolutely abysmal three-point shooter, and was really just an athletic guard with a lot of speed, a little bit of a handle, and a little bit of playmaking. He wasn't significantly great at anything other than the fact that he was just elite athletically, but that's about it. He didn't really offer you that much else, but he has evolved a lot since then, and I mean a lot. And so when we're talking about De'Aaron Fox nowadays, he is one of the best playmaking point guards in the league. He is arguably the fastest player in the league. He has improved his scoring to a point where he is now a 25 point per game scorer in the 2021-22 season. His rebounding is fairly good for a point guard as well. His steal numbers sit at around 1.5 steals per game, as he is still a solid defensive player, but I think has more upside to still continue to be a better one if his team can get better and he doesn't have to do so much carrying on the offensive end. And he has improved his three-point shot to an at least okay level, where he now shot a bit above 32% from deep last year, up from 30% in and around his rookie season, and at 29% in year 3. So, what's the next step for De'Aaron Fox? When does De'Aaron Fox start to get the respect from going from an all-star caliber guy in Sacramento to actually being recognized as an all-star? Well, ideally, it would be he leaves Sacramento or Sacramento actually get good. But realistically, that's not likely to happen because historically, Sacramento just don't get good unless somehow they get Ben Simmons for a steal of a deal this offseason, and they don't exactly have the pieces on this team to look like they're going to be some insane team next year. Otherwise, and as far as De'Aaron Fox possibly leaving Sacramento, well, he's just starting his 5-year extension, and so he's not likely to go anywhere anytime soon. Even if he does request a trade while on this deal, that's not likely to happen for another 3 or 4 years. So that lies in, if De'Aaron Fox wants to get recognized as an all-star caliber player, I would love to have him be, then he has to improve his own game to a point where it is just undeniable how good he is. Kind of like what Zach LaVine did this year. Even though Zach LaVine's still in a bigger market, he wasn't on a great team, and even though Zach LaVine's been one of the best scorers or amongst the top scorers in the NBA for the last few years, the media all of a sudden decided this year to realize, oh, Zach LaVine's more than just a dunker, even though he's been that for more than just this year, of course, as anyone who follows basketball would know. And I wouldn't be completely shocked to see a narrative flip about De'Aaron Fox by NBA media as well. Because anyone who follows the NBA well, lots of NBA YouTubers, those that actually care about and follow the game more than lots of NBA mainstream media, recognize that De'Aaron Fox is an all-star caliber player and is a heck of a lot more than just an athletic guard. But I would not be shocked as if De'Aaron Fox improves his three-point shooting this upcoming season, shoots around 37-38% from deep at some point, averages 27-28 a night, and pushes Sacramento into the play-in picture. I would not be shocked at all to start seeing your NBA media shows of your First Takes of the world be like, oh, De'Aaron Fox is more than just an athletic guard. Would that be sad? Yes, but they did the same thing with LaVine this year. And LaVine has been a scorer for years now. He really has. And De'Aaron Fox is no different. De'Aaron Fox is solid on the defensive end. He is a very good playmaker. And he is someone that can score the basketball. Now, he is still not a great three-point shooter, sure, but he can finish at the rim. He can get to the rim with ease with his quickness, and he has a bit of mid-range touch as well. And so the biggest thing for him, as far as I'm concerned, is A, can he get enough talent around him to be that elite defender on the perimeter that I think he can be, with those lateral quickness, with that ability to steal the ball. But most importantly for him on the offensive end, can he continue to improve and become more consistent with that three-point shot? Because with De'Aaron Fox's speed and athleticism and just breakaway speed and explosion, his acceleration and explosiveness is absolutely ridiculous. You just can't guard that if you have to contest him tightly at the three-point line. So if De'Aaron Fox starts shooting 37-38% from deep while making a couple of attempts per game, this man is going to quite frankly become unguardable. You have to press up on him on the three-point line, he burns past you, you give him space, he hits threes, you help on him on the drive, he kicks it out for playmaking options for his team for threes or underneath for dunks. This man would be an absolute menace and would be one of the best point guards in the league if he can continue to improve his three-point shot. Because when you have someone at that level of this level of athleticism with that much of a threat from deep, it is hard to contest. It is hard to contain. That is why there's been such discussions if someone like Russ ever had a three-point shot, how amazing he would be. If Giannis ever developed a good three-point shot, how would you ever stop that? And De'Aaron Fox might not be quite at that athletic level, but I don't think it's outlandish to think that De'Aaron Fox could be near the discussions of if Russell Westbrook had a three-point shot, how good would he be? Because sure, he might not be as great of a rebounder, he might not be as flashy of a dunker, and he just frankly hasn't played on as many good teams, so he isn't getting the recognition. But De'Aaron Fox is darn well pretty much the fastest player, if not the fastest player in the league. And so if you give him a three-point shot where you have to contest that aggressively and often, and he can just blow past you on every play, or then splash it in your face if you give him room, De'Aaron Fox is going to be a dangerous, dangerous player in this league and is going to be much-watched basketball. That is the biggest improvement area for De'Aaron Fox that he needs to work on moving forward, and what can make him one of the best players in the league, one of the best point guards in the league, most notably, most correctly. That's really what's going to raise the ceiling for De'Aaron Fox with the Sacramento Kings, and what could even raise the Sacramento Kings into a playoff spot if we got to this point before he ends up potentially leaving Sacramento down the road. That being said, that is my thoughts on De'Aaron Fox moving into next season and what he needs to improve on to really unlock the top end of his game and finally get the recognition that he deserves in the mainstream NBA media. Should he already be getting it? Yes, but it's Sacramento and it's NBA media, and they don't give a darn about small markets because that ain't getting them views. They didn't want to talk about Nikola Jokic last year because he was playing in Denver, and that man was the MVP. So that just tells you what De'Aaron Fox has to do to get recognition. Sucks, but that's NBA media. That's sports media, but I'm trying to give him a little bit of recognition and hoping that he can get to the point where he gets that recognition from a bigger outlet than me. With that being said, if you guys did enjoy the video, feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you did enjoy. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think De'Aaron Fox could end up doing next season and what he needs to continue to improve on to become a more elite NBA player. That being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.